Hello everyone. Today we will gain some basic knowledge about the Constitution of India. It will be done through some multiple choice questions in which some valuable information will be shared with you. So without wasting any time, let's proceed to the questions. The first question is, what is the date of adoption of the Constitution of India? Options are A. 26 November 1949, B. 26 January 1950, C. 15th of August 1947, or D. 30th January 1960. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is 26th November 1949. On 26th November 1949, the Constituent Assembly adopted the Constitution of India. This constitution was drafted by a committee headed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. The constitution came into effect from 26 January 1950. Since then, 26 January is celebrated as the Republic Day of India. Dr. Bhim Ramji Ambedkar was an Indian jurist, economist, politician, and a social reformer. He was independent India's first Minister of Law and Justice and the chief architect of Constitution of India. The next question is, which country has the lengthiest constitution in the world? Options are A. United States, B. France, C. India, or D. Japan. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is, India has the lengthiest constitution in the world. At around 444 articles, which are divided into 22 parts and 12 schedules, India's constitution stands considerably larger and lengthier than any other constitution of the world. The Constitution of Monaco is the shortest written constitution, containing just 10 chapters with 97 articles and a total of 3,814 words. The Constitution of the United States is the world's oldest continuously active codified constitution, have been in force since 1789. Only half of all constitutions function continuously for more than 19 years. The next question is, which of the following three words were added later to the preamble of the Indian Constitution? Options are A. Justice, liberty, equality, B. Socialist republic justice, C. Sovereign fraternity political, D. Secular socialist integrity. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is secular socialist integrity were the three words that were added later to the preamble. These words were added in the preamble of the Indian Constitution through the 42nd Amendment Act in 1976. The 42nd Amendment also amended the preamble and changed the description of India from sovereign democratic republic to a sovereign socialist secular democratic republic, and also changed the word unity of the nation to unity and the integrity of the nation. The 42nd Amendment to the Constitution of India was enacted during the emergency by the Indian National Congress government headed by Indira Gandhi. The provisions of the amendment came into effect on 3rd January 1977. The next question is, which article in the Constitution provides guidelines for amending the preamble? Options are A. Article 30, B. Article 200, C. Article 368, or D. Article 256. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is Article 368. Article 368 gives a procedure for amending the Constitution, and since the preamble is also regarded as a part of Constitution, it can be amended. It was indeed amended in 1976 by 42nd Amendment Act. The Article 368 states the power of the Parliament to amend the Constitution and the procedure therefore. Clause 1 states that, notwithstanding anything in this Constitution Parliament may, in exercise of its constituent power, amend by way of addition, variation, or repeal any provision of this Constitution in accordance with the procedure laid down in this article. The second option clause is an amendment of this Constitution may be initiated only by the introduction of a bill for a purpose in either House of Parliament, and when the bill is passed in each House by a majority of total membership of that House present and voting, it shall be presented to the President, who shall give his assent to the bill, and thereupon the Constitution shall stand amended in accordance with the term of the bill, provided that if such amendment seeks to make any change in A. Article 54, Article 55, Article 73, Article 162, or Article 341, or Chapter 4 of Part 5, Chapter 5 of Part 6, or Chapter 1 of Part 11, or any of the list in the 7th schedule, or the representation of states in the Parliament, or the provision of this article, the amendment shall also require to be ratified by the legislature of not less than one half of the states by resolution to that effect, passed by those legislature before the bill making provision for such amendment is presented to the President for assent. The next question is, which famous case involves the term basic structure of the Constitution? Options are A. Keshwananda Bharati versus State of Kerala, B. Menka Gandhi versus Union of India, C. Vishaka versus State of Rajasthan, and D. Indira Sane versus Union of India. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is Keshwananda Bharati versus State of Kerala, involves the term basic structure of the Constitution. In this famous case, the court gave us the famous doctrine of basic structure that dictated that the Constitution can't be changed beyond a certain limit. The next question is, which articles in the Constitution grant us the right to equality? Options are A. Article 14 to 18, B. Article 23-24, C. Article 32, or D. Article 368. The correct answer to this question is A. Article 14 to 18. Explanation. These articles includes equality before law, social equality and equal access to public areas, equality in matters of public employment, abolition of untouchability, abolition of titles, respectively. The next question is, which articles in the Constitution grant us right to freedom? Options are A. Article 14 to 18, B. Article 19 to 22, C. Article 32, or D. Article 368. B. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is Article 19 to 22. These articles includes the freedom of speech of expression, freedom to assemble peacefully, freedom to form association or unions, freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India, freedom to live and settle any part of the territory of India, freedom to practice any profession, to carry on any occupation, trade, or business, respectively. The next question is, which articles in the Constitution grant us the right against exploitation? Options are A. Article 14 to 18, B. Article 23 and 24, C. Article 32, or D. Article 368. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is Article 23 and 24. Grant us the right against exploitation. The next question is, which articles in the Constitution grant us the right to freedom of religion? Options are A. Article 14 to 18, B. Article 23 and 24, C. Article 25 to 28, and D. Article 368. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is Article 25 to 28. Grant us the freedom of religion. The next question is, which articles in the Constitution grant us the right to constitutional remedies? Options are A. Article 14 to 18, B. Article 23 and 24, C. Article 32, or D. Article 368. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is Article 32 grants us the right to constitutional remedies. Let's have some explanation on Article 32 as it is very important. as per constitutional remedies are concerned. Article 32 provides us with various rights in the Constitution. These writs aim at protecting the fundamental rights of citizens. These writs are habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, quo warranto, and certiorari. Habeas corpus means that the arrested person must be brought before the court that holds the right to set person free if a ground of arrest are found to be faulty. Habeas corpus grant means that the arrested person must be brought before the court that holds the right to set a person free if the ground of arrest are found to be faulty. Mandamus. Mandamus is a Latin word which means we command. Mandamus is an order from the Supreme Court or the High Court to a lower court or a tribunal or public authority to perform a public or a statutory duty. This writ of command is issued by the Supreme Court or the High Court when any government, court, corporation, or any public authority has to do a public duty but fails to do so. Prohibition. This writ of prohibition means to forbid or to stop, and it is popularly known as stay order. This writ is issued when a lower court or a body tries to transgress the limit or the powers vested in it. Quo warranto. The word quo warranto literally means by what warrants or by what authority. It is a writ issued with a view to restrain a person from holding a public office to which he is not entitled. Certiorari. Literally, certiorari means to be certified. The writ of certiorari can be issued by a Supreme Court or by a High Court for quashing the order already passed by an inferior court, tribunal, or a quasi judicial authority. The next question is the feature of concurrent list in our constitution is borrowed from which country's constitution? Options are A. Japan, B. Ireland, C. United States, or D. Australia. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is Australia. The next question is which constitutional amendment added the part of fundamental duties to the Constitution? Options are A. 42nd Constitutional Amendment, B. 62nd Constitutional Amendment, C. 78th Constitutional Amendment, or D. 34th Constitutional Amendment. The correct answer to this question is option A. 42nd Constitutional Amendment. The next question is the Westminster model of the government followed by India is borrowed from which of the forms of the government? Options are A. British form of government, B. United States, C. Japanese form of government, or D. Australian form of government. The correct answer to this question is the British form of government. That is option A. The next question is the parliamentary form of government is borrowed from which of the following? Options are A. British form of government, B. United States, C. Japanese form of government, or D. Australian form of government. The correct answer to this question is British form of government. That is option A. The next question is the idea of fundamental rights and judicial review is borrowed from which of the forms of the government? Options are A. British form of government, B. United States, C. Japanese form of government, D. Australian form of government. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is United States. The next question is the idea of the DPSP, that is Directive Policy or State Policy, is borrowed from which of the countries? Options are A. Ireland, B. United States, C. Britishers, or D. Canada. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is Ireland. The idea of the directive principle of the state policy, that is DPSP, was adopted from Irish constitution. Although the DPSP cannot be enforced in a court of law, they are governing principle based on which a state is supposed to act. A constitutional amendment bill is necessary to bring about a change in a DPSP. The next question is the concept of suspension of the fundamental rights during emergency is taken from which of the following governments? Options are A. Weimar Constitution of Germany, B. United States, C. Japan, or D. Australia. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is Weimar Constitution of Germany. Basically, there are three incidents when the emergency was declared in India. Those three incidences were the Indochina War, the Indo-Pak War, and when Indira Gandhi declared threat to national security due to internal disturbance. The next question is, the idea of the liberty, equality, and fraternity are taken from which of the forms of the government? Options are A, United States, B, Spain, C, Greece, or D, France. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is France. Liberty, equality, and fraternity is also the national motto of France and the Republic of Haiti. The motto was first used in the French Revolution. The next question is, which schedule contains the provisions relating to administration and control of scheduled areas and scheduled tribes? Options are A, 4th schedule, B, 5th schedule, C, 6th schedule, or D, 7th schedule. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is 5th schedule. As per Article 244 Clause 1, the provisions of the 5th schedule shall apply to the administration and the control of scheduled areas and scheduled tribes in any state, other than states of Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, and Mizoram. The next question is, or the last question is, which schedule in the Indian Constitution specifies the power, authority, and responsibility of panchayats? Options are A, 4th schedule, B, 6th schedule, C, 7th schedule, or D, 11th schedule. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is 11th schedule.